You don't need to be an expert or know how to write a single line of code. Here's 3 ways that small businesses can use ChatGPT today to save more time and get more done. Tip number 1, AI email assistant. Most small business owners spend hours a week on emails. ChatGPT can draft customer replies, proposal follow-ups, and even cold outreach. Just prompt it with your style and tone once, reuse that system every time. Now, before we get into an example prompt, I want to put an emphasis on training your AI before you generate these responses. Now, I'd highly recommend copy pasting a number of different responses from the past week or the past month, depending on the frequency of these types of emails, and give it a taste of how you respond in the present moment before you start using ChatGPT to generate these responses for you. You'll find it has a more human touch to them rather than a kind of like a surface level approach that it will generally give you when you ask for an email or a template for an email. It's going to sound kind of disingenuous. And I don't mean to say that in a negative way. Maybe that'll work for your business, but I'd highly recommend training it before you generate these responses. Now, let's do an example prompt here for this tip. We're going to do write a friendly follow-up email to a client who asked about our web design package and include a link to schedule a call. Now, in this particular case, you'd want to specify what service you're using, but let's just type in this prompt and go from there. Beautiful. Gives us the subject, it gives us the body, and it gives us kind of like the footer. And obviously, maybe it's not so obvious, but here within these brackets, that's where you want to enter in, your client name and then your signature down here if you have one. Sometimes it's best just to keep it super personal and just write your name, your first name, especially if you're on that type of first name basis with your clients. Now, if you do have a signature, this is where you would kind of copy paste it, or your email client will do that for you. So you'd want to copy this portion of the message and insert scheduling link here. I personally use Google Calendar when I do schedule anything. So super easy to add an appointment within my calendar. There are ways to kind of schedule appointments based off of your availability within Google Calendar. Let me know if you'd like to see a video around that. I know that's not AI focused, but maybe we can turn it into an AI focused episode. All right, tip number 2, content calendar generator. Now, this tip is super useful. No time for marketing? Maybe you don't want to hire a marketing expert, or you don't want to outsource marketing. You can use ChatGPT, believe it or not. Use ChatGPT to generate an entire month of content ideas tailored to your audience. I've done this for my own brands, and it is a game changer. Now, before we get into the example prompt, I want to put an emphasis on training ChatGPT to do better for you. And what I mean by this is, let's say you already have an Instagram account, Facebook account, a LinkedIn account. What I'd like you to do is copy paste your account page into ChatGPT when you're typing in the prompt. And you say, use this page as a reference for things that I've done in the past so that you don't repeat ideas that I've already created. And it also gives ChatGPT more context as to what type of content you have been creating. And you can get more specific into, I want this month's content list to be more educational based rather than sales based, right? Maybe you just want to bring value to your audience and you don't want to try to sell them on something. That I highly recommend doing at, every possible turn that you can. You can always add a call to action at the end of your video or somewhere within the video or piece of content that you're making. But I would highly, highly recommend bringing value before you ask people to buy anything. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to generate 20 prompts, 20 Instagram post ideas and we're going to keep it in line with example number 1, okay? We're going to generate 20 Instagram post ideas for a web design service provider focused on custom landing pages for your products and services. Look how quick it is. Just absolutely amazing. And look at how it's already breaking down kind of section by section, different types of pieces of content. And we didn't even ask it to do this. It's just becoming more and more intelligent by the day. Now, we're given an educational and value-driven section with 5 ideas, tips and how-to with another 5 ideas, portfolio and case studies with another, 4 ideas, conversation and business impact, another 3 ideas, engagement and brand building for another 3 ideas. Pretty cool. This or that, super kind of interactive, right? You engage your followers by asking them to choose between 2 designs. That's pretty cool. Before and after series, that's also very, very cool, especially if you're going into as a web design service provider, if you're, rebuilding a website, that's a great use case. So that's why it's very important to provide the type of business and services you offer, and it will give you those custom tailored ideas. Tip number 3, you can use ChatGPT to draft your internal processes, onboarding checklists, team guides, and service flows. This helps you grow or delegate without the chaos. Before I get into the prompt, I would highly recommend, and I'm going to continue to put an emphasis on this, you have to train ChatGPT so that it could better serve you. So I would highly recommend pasting in your SOPs or your guidelines that you already have in place that you'd maybe like to improve on. Now, if you don't already have them in place, then what you can do is get a little specific and provide ChatGPT context and say, I would like an SOP for this type of business and this particular workflow within the business. And don't just take the first response it gives you, right? If you don't like it, if you want to make adjustments, if there's something you forgot to mention within the original question, you can add on to it later. So let's go with an example prompt here. We're going to write a 5-step onboarding checklist for a new freelance client for our web design service provider business. And if you'd like to see me go more in depth in future videos, I'd be happy to do so. What's awesome here is it's asking us if we want to create a PDF or a doc out of this, right? Something we can edit and adjust. Now, if you wanted to make adjustments to this, you could, but for the sake of keeping this video brief, this has been 3 tips to help small businesses use ChatGPT today without any coding whatsoever. Now, I'm not an AI expert. I'm building in public and sharing what actually works. If you'd like to see more content like this or more tips custom tailored to small businesses, hit subscribe, follow along. I promise you won't regret it. A few promises I'm going to make to you right now. Promise number 1 is I will never ask for your email address when I'm offering something for free. For example, today's video comes with a free list of ChatGPT prompts that you can use today for your small business. It's going to be in the description below. Just follow that link. The website is public and you're free to use it indefinitely. Number 2 is if you're looking for a custom tailored video for your business or your industry or a specific line of questions that you have in regards to AI, drop a comment below and let me know who you are, what you do, who your audience is, and what you'd like to see me make videos about. And I promise you, I will add that to my list and make those videos for you free of charge. Help me help you, right? I'm building in public and I have an idea of the direction I want to take this channel, but ultimately it's going to be based off of you, the audience. So thank you for being here. My name is Marcelo, this is Clearmud, and I will catch you on the next one.